Thank you. Now, in today's modern era, who are some of the writers that you enjoy seeing up on the street? Does anyone catch your attention?
Yeah, I mean, the homie Sick with his rollers, pretty unique, and that dude's been crushing it, like he's all over the place, with those. And, Hopes, he's a big killer as well, he gets a lot of good spots and definitely a lot of landies for sure, You see who else, that fool Merch, he'd be killing it as well, that fool be putting in mad work. Who else be catching some crazy spots? Saw with his rappelling, he's been killing it too. He's been traveling and putting in that work. That's pretty dope. Yeah.
Throughout your whole career, can you name some of the female writers you've seen up on the street? Have any female writers caught your eye?
That girl with Cal, she'd be killing it.
Who would you credit for inspiring you when you were coming up trying to make a name for yourself? Is there one person? Is there several people?
I think one of the biggest influences, especially because I was trying to develop my wild style and everything, is probably Atlas. Yeah.
Definitely an LA legend. Up to this point, what do you feel has been your biggest accomplishment in graffiti?
I would like to say the towers. That definitely put me out there. But that Pasadena installation was definitely very unique.
What's been the toughest part of your graffiti career?
I think making time for it.
Do you have any regrets or wishes you would have done something different in graffiti?
No, I think right now everything's going, kind of like the way that I plan or I envision it.
What's the most important lesson you've learned in your career?
It's just learn from my previous mistakes and continue to innovate.
Where do you see graffiti going in the future?
Well, with all this tech and stuff happening, I see a lot of people starting to use like those VR and, they're like doing graffiti inside, the meta world and all that, You can say it's going to go digital, but holding that spray can in your fingertip, like there's nothing like that feeling, So I don't think it's ever going to go away.
SKEAM BWS NBC. How should he be remembered in Los Angeles graffiti culture?
I would like to be remembered for the guy that changed shit up, and kind of stood out from everyone else.
What's next for you? Where do you see your innovative style going from here?
I'm trying to focus a little bit more on building materials, like the installations that I've been doing, but more of building my own environment of what I'm using and what place I'm going to be placing my stuff at. So, I'm still going to be doing installs on billboards, but also more installations of building materials, of building my letters out of like metal and stuff like that, and kind of making more of a statement, especially after these buildings, shows a lot of corruption and greed, and I think I kind of want to expose that a little more.
Now, SKEAM, I always ask our guests to give us their top 5 all-time list, or their Mount Rushmore of writers. Can you give us your top 5 ever?
Yeah, I think, one of the first ones that kind of inspired me a lot with the wild style and everything was Saber. Seeing his big roller in the LA River was, inspiring for sure. Also, I liked Revoke's style, That guy's, his style is real innovative and, super techy, and, I always liked his stuff. Even now, what he's doing, it's very inspiring. Atlas for sure, that guy, he would kill so much and always with like perfectly executed styles, And with his cats, it's super crisp, that guy. Who else? I know growing up too, I would see a lot of and hear a lot of Chaka. That guy, man. Back in the day, that guy was everywhere. He definitely. I might not get up all around the fucking city like all crazy like that, but he definitely put in work for sure. And then my last one, I think the style that I like a lot, and this guy got super creative too with, you know, filming and, you know, his style and stuff. I would say that guy, Soulfless, is pretty sick. You know, his style is super innovative as well. And, you know, the filming videos that he started doing and stuff was definitely different and started shifting, you know, how we recorded and how we kind of seen graph through video.
If you could say anything to future generations of writers, what would it be?
You know, just try to stand out. You know, I think that's the best thing you can do, to try to, you know, make yourself different than everyone else.
Skeam, thank you for joining us. It's been an incredible interview with you. We're honored to have you in the studio, and we wish you nothing but the best going forward. Would you like to give any shout outs before we close out our interview?
Yeah, man. Just like to give a shout out to my crews, you know, NBC, BWS, and you know, for more for the future.
Skeam, thank you very much for joining us tonight in this exclusive interview about your legendary career. We wish you success in the future and hope to have you back to get an update on your latest creations. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us once again. This has been the innovative graffiti genius, SKEAM BWS NBC.